Good evening, traders. Welcome to the stream. It is a pretty insane situation we have going on right now in the equities market. Mostly big tech. It was Nvidia until the market closed, and then it became all about earnings on Microsoft and Meta, and those two double pumped the market. And before the market closed, there was also Jerome Powell on the Fair and Open Market Committee, where he announced, with no surprise for responsible people, no interest rate cuts. It would be kind of stupid to do that. We've discussed that already. So we saw volatility that we always do. It's short term, whatever. It was up, it was down. You can see the scar on the chart on Bitcoin as they attempted to break the little range here, right? 16.6, 16.8. You know how long we've had it plotted here. They by the 4-hour close, buyers had recaptured the level. So it was like never has been, never will be. I mean, it could like they still break it, but that was it, man. So we got no breakdown on this only level we have, right? We've never seen these prices on Bitcoin, so there's nothing till like 112, a 114 gap fill on CME futures. But again, like they're not letting the level be taken out by sellers. So we're good, I guess, for now. Altcoins garbage compared to Bitcoin like usual. But again, that's crypto, man. Cool. The money making market is equities, and it's kind of been that way. I mean, yeah, there's time to make money in crypto, but it's obviously pretty short lived. It comes in spurts. Oh my God, it's like 1 week and it's over. Okay, I guess we'll come back in 3, 5, 6 weeks. Maybe there'll be another impulse up for crypto again. But dude, this is where it's at. I mean, Nvidia hit an all-time high intraday, highest candle close ever, and is currently trading at its highest levels ever. It's up over 2%, 183.06 as I speak to you, with a close of 179.27. Did not hit the 1,414 from the previous high to low until after hours when we rallied, pumped on, again, Meta and Microsoft earnings, where it's all about the cloud, because Amazon is also up a lot. I don't even think they reported. So you have Amazon had the most growth in their cloud service. Then Microsoft with their Azure was second. I think Amazon had over, what was it, over 100 million? Hold on, I try to get the numbers, okay? This is not a earnings channel. All right, we look at the technicals. I think, and then Google had like 50 billion. Okay, so it was like 100 billion, 112 billion for Amazon. They're the king of the cloud. Then it was Microsoft, and then it was Google. And so, sorry, just trying to get the numbers exactly. Yeah, Microsoft's revenue today, they hit 76 billion, up 18% year over year. Azure grew 39%, and Google only grew 32%. So Microsoft, yeah, is definitely making Google look bad. Like, even though it's great for Google, so revenue of Microsoft, 46 billion. Azure revenue grew 39% year over year. So you just have like cloud growth really just, that's where the money's at. That's where these growth stocks are still growing because of that. So we can look at Meta first, I guess. And you can see it was just like, there's not much going on. It's just all about earnings. And had its lowest daily candle close today since June 20th. So we're talking, 5-week lows on the close? and then it's just nonchalant trading up 11.66% right now, $81, $776. Never in the history of Meta has it been at that level, right? So you're just up there. Gap up, I'm imagining on high volume, it might be a breakaway gap. Your first target in price discovery would be at $811, the 1272, 850, 1414, 1618, it's $900. Incredible. Let's go Zuckerberg. The Microsoft. Another one. This is just like stock of the year. It is outperforming NVIDIA from its recovery off the low. Remember that low. What did they do? Oh, they back tested the previous cycle top from 2021 at support. My God, it was bad. So they're just playing catch up now, I guess. But one breakaway into maybe another breakaway with zero retraces. It is literally manic. Animal spirit bomb. Forget the spirit. Forget just the animal spirits. It's not an animal spirit bomb. Okay? Just blasted through the 1414 and 1618 fib extension and currently trading after hours up 8.82% at a price of $558.31. It is incredible. 11+%, almost 12% on Meta and almost 9% on Microsoft. That is beyond ridiculous. Okay, so we're in some seriously nutty markets now. And then Amazon also up due to that cloud data, but they're up 3.15%. Currently trading at 237.45. Was just kind of flat on the day. You know, hitting that overhead resistance from December, exceeding an 886 now, and currently trading at its highest price since February. Really nice. Sad news, though, for the rest, where Apple down 1% the day, still actually somehow down 0.21% after hours. Earnings tomorrow. So maybe earnings saves Apple. I don't know. I hope so, right? Very, very idiolated week. No animal spirits in here. It will take some sort of catalyst, and tomorrow you might have one to make it happen, but I don't know. Sad. Tesla, sad. Yeah, I mean, we're now looking at this kind of like a neutral consolidation structure. Good touches on the top and bottom. They went down today at the lows with Jerome Powell. They took it to, let me show you, this old swing high from August 2022, September 2022, even here, May of 2022. Shoot, dude, you know what? It's been a resistance before in February 2022, and then it's been kind of support in December 2021. It kind of gapped up October. That's a big deal. They successfully defended that level as support today. So make of that what you will. I hope it has meaning, and it is now some sort of recapturing, reconfirmation situation. And hopefully in pristine market conditions, they might let this thing run. I'm hoping so. Because like the third back test, right, kind of violated, but then like really reconfirmed at the lows of the earnings report. We'll see. Just maybe animal spirits aren't in this, not in Apple, not really in Google, despite like, hey, dude, Google made its highest daily candle close since the all-time high candle, February 4th. Up against the top of the channel, really nice respect of the old resistance from July last year. It flipped to support for 3 days in a row, and then you bullishly engulfed, and today you caught a follow-through candle. So they like really confirmed that bullish engulfing candle today. But again, it's like, oh, okay, they did that, but look at the supply line. You virtually tested it at the peak, at the highs of the day. Then you pull back, and then market closed, and then it lost literally all its gains on the day, but has somehow started to recover after hours. It was down like 0.7%. Now it's only down 0.17%. So it's kind of pretty much just not moving. And I think it kind of reacted that way due to the fact that great numbers, incredible, 32% year over year growth in your cloud is so good, but not as good as Microsoft, and definitely not as good as Amazon. So I guess that's the way the market's looking at it. It's like, sorry, dude, we like the best horses, not the, even though it's good, it's still not good enough. So that is your Mag 7 roundup. But we have looked at them all now. Doing that first just because it is the spotlight. I mean, that is where it's at. You can't, dude, Bitcoin's above my head. What do you want? It's there, and it's been chopping it's been sideways since July 12th. I mean, half the month. So eventually it'll resolve, but dude, just chopping up over levered players, people trying to, make money on Bitcoin and this kind of chop. This is typically how people lose it all. I mean, I'm trying to long lever and then, it rally. You can't, it's very difficult. Very difficult. It had its price discovery breakout though already. They did that at the beginning of the month. So now it's like, let the other market behemoths run. And I'm talking about market behemoths, it's like, look at Nvidia, 4.37 trillion now. Microsoft, by the looks of it, this is what's maybe going to happen. Psychologically speaking, they're going to push this thing to 4 trillion. I don't know what, the stock price of Microsoft would be at 4 trillion, but higher we go. They want it, okay? They want another. They don't want Nvidia to be the only $4 trillion company in the history of human civilization. They need two, and it's going to be Microsoft. Then you got Apple just stagnated at $3 trillion plus market cap somehow, and nothing else really even close. I mean, too much. Amazon 2.44 trillion, Google 2.38. That's the bad news of the day, I guess, is Bitcoin had eclipsed Google, but then Google went on the run it's been on. It's been a very methodical run, wishbone offense, running out the 10-minute time of possession type run. That's been Google, and Google leapfrog Bitcoin in market cap again. So that was the big news. It was like Bitcoin jumped Google, not that. It wasn't for long. And then there's Meta, even lower, and that's at 1.747 trillion. You got to wonder if this goes into breakaway gap price discovery. Like if it's real, if like huge volume. I mean, you've definitely got the price disparity characteristic of a breakaway gap. So maybe we'll see the volume. If they're not filling that gap anytime soon, you could imagine Meta's definitely going to 2 trillion plus market cap. So, and then it's like everything else, So that is where we are. Insanity. Market mania. And you got to love it for Bitcoin's sake, because Bitcoin needed this so buyers could defend the 116.6, 116.8 level, and they've done it. And hopefully, with 35 minutes to go until the daily close, we can sustain prices above it with a close again. That would be nice. We can look at the U.S. futures. Insane. Here's the volatility where the Nasdaq, dipped to a low point, 23,253, and then has recovered off that low to a fresh all-time high. They even gapped it up, and the gap's still open, kind of. Man, off the low, 1.6% rally. Beautiful. Like, they're trying to break this channel. I don't know if it's going to sustain, right? I mean, it looks like it, but plenty of time, this 4-hour candles. And then looks like on the S&P, they just kind of like maybe back tested that breakout. Things got kind of nutty on it. And then Dow Jones just kind of chilling, because this is a big tech thing. This is cloud computing, AI, robotics situation for the market. It is not your broad-based market run. Even though we made all-time highs days ago at the beginning of the week, it's still, I think just opened 6 o'clock on a Sunday is when it did it, and then it's just been meh ever since. And then your small caps dumped and have not really recovered, which is really interesting, right? I mean, look at that. No bids on the small caps. It's all mega cap. Miami's great. It was leg day today. I'm exhausted. Yesterday was terrible too. I wouldn't lie, but it was nuts. Just having a personal trainer is not fun. It is a necessary evil in my life. I need the accountability. I need to be pushed. So I do it, and it takes a lot of time. Then you got to deal with the nutrition on top of that. So, all right. Without further ado, let us go to your Bitcoin chart where we typically start the stream of Bitcoin. Why would we do it today? That makes sense. Because look at it. It's down 0.3%. Whoa. And it's been that way for most of the month. The beginning of the month, though, was all-time highs. But recency biased, it's not good enough because we're watching NVIDIA and Meta and Microsoft go berserk and Google over the past week or so. So it's just welcome to summertime in crypto. Hey, at least it's better than last summer. Remember last summer? It was literally, remember all of last year until October? F that, dude. I am completely okay with just recently in the same month we exist in right now, we made a fresh all-time high. What's the problem? The problem, I guess, would be altcoins. Like Bitcoin does nothing and altcoins just down 10%. Oh, it's down 12%, 15%. It's like, good God, garbage market. I mean, crypto is just not for the faint of heart. I mean, you can clearly see equities have been the place to probably have your money. I mean, crypto's great and all for, hey, dude, we could pump, dude. I mean, Ethereum has been great, really has. I mean, I'm still pretty excited about Ethereum holding up like this. It was a really nice run, and now it's just been stalling out after they tested that resistance perfectly on the 28th. You're sideways, and there's no problems. It's just, for a swing trader, it's tough. It's just like, there's been no real retrace, only a formal bullish back test, and now we've tested resistance, and that's it. We're just trading below it. So I'm confident that I think that this weekly will resolve very well for people. Okay, and it's probably soon. Fourth time's a charm. Once that level breaks, man, it's an easy $4,400 target, and then it's 48, 5K, and then price discovery. You're really close, man. And this is a very well established structure that has been in development now for 500 plus days. So any pullbacks probably is going to be opportunities to buy. I mean, I think going to 2,900. Think about that on the weekly. Oh no, Bitcoin goes to 112. Like the worst things for crypto happen, dude. On the weekly, a 3K back test on Ethereum would be a gift from God. And because of that, you're probably not even going to get it.
Potential triple daily hidden bullish div on MACD.
Oh God. Really? We're talking about all these high quality companies and their earnings and how much money they're making, and you want Kibishi butthole coin on the wrapped Ethereum pairing. Can't win, dude. Thank you, though, for the contribution to the stream. Thank you. And chat's just kind of like acting like Lithium Americas Corporation is the only stock that existed that had the framework. I mean, we are so close to Google hitting the first target of the trade setup. So close, man. It was $199 and change for target one. Show you here. Yeah, like lag disappointing, but where there is death there. I mean, it's not even over, but it's very disappointing. Like maybe they're putting in the third valley on lag, maybe, dude. But here's your Google. This was a trade setup. Look, June 26th, dude. That's so long ago. That's crazy, dude. A month ago. Okay. You wanted to take like a low risk confirmation load trade. You had it. It was hand delivered to you in Google. And it's like there are 4 effing targets. And it's like you're about to be at target one, slow and steady. If you're levered, my God, you've done so well. 2-time GGLL. Here we are. We're about target one incoming. And it's been almost like straight line up, just methodical. It's been taking time. Like, 1% a day. Well, you're really going to complain about 1% a day? So there's stuff, man, that is good, and it's like, yeah, y'all talk about lack, and it's like, yeah, dude, the news came out about tariffs. It's bad, man. Like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's ugly. Like, it's up 1.5% after hours. All we can do is pray that this is happening. You're starting to get to a point where, yeah, you're falling below 245. You have to maybe cut it and wait till they recapture 262 again. Because it might be okay again. But, dude, now we're trading below the level where it's really... 262 is everything. And we're below it now. Pray for tomorrow. But that is a rout. That is awful. Like, what happened? Who is... You know, in 5 trading sessions, down 25%. Scammed. Completely scammed. Yeah, this is why it's like proper position sizing. I guess new people might be here and they might be, I'm all in on lack. It's like, who told you to do that? It sucks, but there's not much difference from this to this. There's just not. There's not much difference. It's the harmonic framework developing at a key inflection point. In fact, lack's even better because there was history from years ago, and this one was only from 2022. So, not much difference from lack to this to Baba. Not much difference, man. The framework, it may not even be done. It's just the third value. This is where you are on lack. But dude, you're at a point where it's maybe Hail Mary. Yeah, disappointing, but there were other assets out there. And so it's like, yeah, you're all in on lack. Well, that's really stupid. And who's all in on lack? Please tell me. Like, just be truthful. Because a lot of people talk about it too much. I don't know. People were talking about Baba, complaining about Baba too before it blew up. So, I don't know. Yeah. Let's go. We look at Ethereum. Let's go to XRP. Down 1%. They're still holding $2.99, $3 support. Resistance. It was resistance. It's now support. First time ever. Second time, I guess. Low. So they could be like trying to confirm a bottom here. Hope to God. And it's all probably based on Bitcoin's buyers defending 116.8. If they can keep that propped up and we start rallying here, then that's probably the bottom for XRP. If not, if we're going to 114 to fill the gap, then it's like, well, you're probably going to 290 and then probably 272 after that, and it still would be fine. So, but I'm just telling you, for now, what you've got going on, a big battle between buyers and sellers at a $3 psychological, but also very real level from March 2nd. They're holding once, and they're trying to hold again, and I hope it holds, man. That's where we are in XRP. Solana down 2%. Yeah, it was not good. It was routed today. I mean, real bad. It was down like 5% of the lows. Oh, coming off of that, right? Here's a trade setup. Oh, dude, no one cares about target 1 and 2 getting hit of the 4 here, you know. And then they upthrusted, and they back tested the upthrust, and now you've been rolling over. And a check back at 162 could very well be in order. So, dang, bird feeder, holy freaking what? Dang, let's go, dude. Hype in the chat.
Bird feeder tipped $100. LTC BTC 8 hours reclaiming 50 Ma. Hultcust 8 hours dragon on HB division LTC long-term massive atom Eve accumulation where the 8 hours dragon is backtesting midline. All under divergence, any time frame.
Bird feeder, that's interesting. We will look at that. We'll get through BNB, the next one, and then we'll go right to it. Maybe we'll look at Doge too, and then we'll go to it. Thank you, bird feeder. I know Kabishi coin. Oh, Anonymous wants Kabishi coin too. Okay, all right. Thank you, dude. Holy crap. C note in the chat. Should I just use that and buy a steak? A nice New York strip or something? Bird feeder, what do you think? Why not? Okay, yeah, I'm just like, right, you get resistance, and then there's nothing here till 162, so if it goes to 162, I can't be surprised. If it pivots before then, wow, it's kind of random, doesn't mean much, and if you're in the trade setup, you've taken half your profit and you're just waiting on 216 and then 260 after that. Eventually, not acting like we know if the trade setup will hit all 4 targets. We just know 2 of the 4 have hit. That trade setup was posted the day of July 15th. So, I mean, that was like instant money, you know, if you took that one. Definitely not a lax situation. All right, BNB down 1.55%. 3 days of selling after a crescendo all-time high. A major 1272 fib extension was achieved, and they're just trying. It looks like a battle is going on at that old all-time high from December 4th, 793.86. That's it, man. You're up in la land. I mean, to come back to 691 or even 750, nothing wrong with that. In fact, it looks like this channel's heart line was tested as support. So, right, the better places were like before 691's breakout. So if you got in when it was screaming at you, hey, it looks like a godlike breakout on deck. If someone was to get in there, there's nothing to worry about, man. This thing's probably going to $900+, given enough time, even if there's a pullback. Not a problem. Okay, so those are your bigger cryptos. We can look at Dogecoin. Oh my God, dude. So they're trying to test the 200 simple moving average. They did. I mean, they defended it, I guess, but you're starting to fall below a pretty key level, that March 2024 peak. So we've discussed, I mean, to lose that, understandable, sucks, but more opportunity could exist at 17.18 cents for on the weekly. It could be just unreal setup, but we haven't gotten there yet. They're still battling it out at another key level. Again, that's 22 cents. 22 cents. So hopefully it holds. 4 hours got a little divergence. I don't know if it'll, mean anything. See, it's almost like a dragon, but like XABC right here, it's like, okay, like bullish divergence, but not a significant time scale. Could easily see, we make a lower and we go something like that, that would not be that surprising. We will see. And that's a lot of crypto right now. They had these crazy runs, and now they're just like correcting, pulling back, and no bids for days, while stocks that make money, ridiculous amounts of money, are driving everything way higher, melt up. Just for respect of Anonymous, because again, 100% crowdsourced community, so it's like, hey dude, someone wanted Kibshi and they're supporting the channel, and it's like, okay, well, I'll look at it, I guess. I'm trying to .USD, see, I can't, that's not clear on mine. I'm gonna try this. I mean, this is wrapped Ether on Ethereum, but it had a USD. Is this what you want, dude? Okay, this is what happened. There's this old candle high close, all-time high from November last year. That's why we like candle closes, because then look, test, resistance. And yeah, there's obviously like the wicks too, but they tested that candle close, wick, as resistance and pulled it back, even correcting down 7.2%. Looks like now they're trying to hold. Bob says yes. Are you anonymous? Just kidding. What's all about this level, which is, I don't even know what it says wrapped Ether, but .USD, so I don't even know. Just look at that. 18,654,961. If they can defend this level successfully, then you're good. I mean, that would be maybe where we pivot. You'd probably like a rally and then another valley, and we get a confirmation low there. But yeah, this is a big deal. You don't want to lose this on Kibshi. So I don't, again, structurally, nothing really here, right? They ran it up, hit a resistance, and then pulled back, and now we're hitting a support. And you just hope that Bitcoin buyers can defend 116.882, because the Bitcoin chart literally dictates everything in crypto, everything. So That's it. Below that, I don't know if you want to really be in it, because implications could lead you to maybe $8 million. My God, way lower. Be way lower. So just hold this and you're good on Kibo Shib coin. Okay, and then so you want Litecoin to Bitcoin bird feeder, or Litecoin to? Because I'm not really that concerned. I mean, if you care about Litecoin, see, this is always trending to zero. Like most of these altcoins, literally all of them are trending to zero against Bitcoin. So it doesn't even matter if you look at this. Reclaiming the 50 moving average on the 8 hour, who cares, right? Look at the trend. It's so miserable. The only thing I could do just to look at, we're going to look at Litecoin, the US dollar, is like, oh, it's a crab pattern. It's at a 1618. No, it's 1272. It makes a rallies lower high, rolls over again, because Bitcoin's going to probably always outperform Litecoin. And if, you know, even if you get a spike like this, it'll dump again and it'll run up, make a lower high, and roll over again. So I'm just not even that concerned. Maybe some bullish divergence for sure on the RSIs, on the daily on Litecoin paired against Bitcoin. But in the end, I'm just looking at Litecoin paired against the US dollar, and you have a very strong argument, given enough time, for way more upside. You just do. Like, I wouldn't even be looking at the daily anymore on Litecoin. Though you can look, dude, they're like trying again to defend this inflection zone. Okay, resistance. It's a zone, dude. Support. Resistance, support. It's just a mega zone. And looks like in 17 minutes it'll be a confirmed successful test as support. They're trying to recapture 60 on the RSI. Okay, so the daily looks pretty good, actually, coming off of that big rally. So nothing wrong here, but I don't even care. You shouldn't even care either. You should only care at this point about this. Your monthly is just, it's so, I don't think there's any other crypto that looks quite like this. You're on the rule of three, and we're talking about a structure that is 1,126 days large. Again, this is the size of an entire solar system. Planets, each one's a planet. My God, each valley is a planet. This is insane. So you have classic accumulation over the course of years. You're working on a bullish engulfing candle that will be confirmed in 1 day and 1 hour. Successful bullish back test of 84.67. And you call this the potential three rising valleys. It will not be confirmed until they break 146.70. That's the confirmation line pretty much. But I'm just thinking, I mean, if this actually, what we're witnessing, resolves with a markup, you're looking at like 209 to 272. But dude, I don't know. It could take a year, because we're looking at the monthly, and yes, it's a very large pattern, so therefore it's going to be more reliable. It's a very slow time scale, so you might be sitting in this day by day, being like, bro, when is it gonna happen? It's like, dude, I don't know, a year. It could be 6 months from now until it actually resolves, or not. It could be a lot sooner, because we have identified the third valley, and we know after that third time, the rule of three, your probability increases for resolution. So I'm thinking, since we put it in and we're now showing a signal candle and engulfing candle, you could very well be closer than you think. Objects in the mirror are closer than you think because of my third valley on the monthly, and engulfing candle and bullish back test again of $85, 84.67. So I like it. I like Litecoin on the monthly. It's one of your best. You know, Bitcoin Cash has its own monthly beauty. I mean, it is just a work of art. It's up 5% today, huh? Yeah, well, this one has looked good for a long time now. A double bottom, and it's got its own, like, see, one low, a second low, but then you think about what the buyers done. They big rally, and then a sell-off, and a successful test of an old support as support from 2017, a rally, then another valley, and you got a confirmation low. But these two lows are much higher than this low and this low, so there's like confirmation of accumulation on an extremely significant time scale, and you're going for your highest monthly candle close since March of 2024 with I mean, on the monthly, a lot of upside. But again, it could take like 6 months to a year to truly resolve like Litecoin. So Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash on the monthly are godsends in a way. They look very good. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, so Bird Feeder, thank you, dude. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the 100. Anonymous, thanks for 20. Okay. Bitcoin's at its highs since the Jerome Powell sell-off. Okay. We have not seen prices this high since before he spoke. So very nice to see a recovery here. It would be pathetic, right, if like it didn't happen. I mean, come on. Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, they're just pumping like incessantly after hours. Futures are at all-time highs. The Nasdaq futures, not S&P's close. It might very well do it tonight. It's so close. But with that kind of macro, you would think, why would Bitcoin not like at least hold support? That's like that's pretty pathetic. I mean, we should be like ripping with the collective macro. So, but not just chopping away. Very similar to last summer, but a little better because of, hey, all-time highs in July. Okay, thanks for the 615 people here. Thanks for the 175 likes. If you're enjoying the stream, hit the like button, the bell, sub. Right? I mean, people are typically not interested in the best money-making assets in the world beating earnings. People just care about, is crypto scam coins pumping today? Oh no? Okay, I don't care then. Is Bitcoin pumping? No, I don't care. Like, all right, that's fine. We'll just continue on. Look at this, man. It's just Bitcoin Cash daily is so powerful. You're going for the highest daily candle close since December of 2024. How crazy is that? Notice the strength here on Bitcoin Cash. It has not stopped really. Going for the highest daily candle close of 2025, and you got a lot of these coins in the gutter today, yesterday, day before. I mean, dude, it is like 90+% of cryptos are red today, and Bitcoin Cash up 5% going for highs of a year. Not even overbought. This has been it. This is continuing to be it. It's amazing. Maker also, again, very promising, but a little more tied to Ethereum. So, but still, after that rally, they hit a resistance and then they pulled back, and hopefully it holds. You know, just uptrending above key levels and active setup still. So, I'm not sure what else to say, man. Like Cardano, remember we would prefer 65 cents if we can get it for as a swing trader. And also, I mean, you would want it because you want evidence of accumulation. You just don't have any. It's the same lows the whole year of 2025. Can you give me a discernible swing low that is higher than all three of these lows? That'd be great. And then positive price action correlation to key levels. You had negative price action correlation to a resistance. Or I guess it's positive because don't you want resistance to be resistance? Yeah, TA respect. So just hitting the 200 moving average today, whatever. We look at Tron, because these are top 10 market cap coins, down 3% today plus. But this is coming after yesterday where Tron hit the highest level since December 2024, highest level of 2025, kind of like Bitcoin Cash. So these are in different, this one's in a different league with Bitcoin Cash. Okay.
Hey Mitch, could you please take a gander at DAX on the monthly? Curious about your observation.
You like DAGs?
Bitcoin has a decent history. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jonathan. We'll go right now. Why not? We'll do it right now, man. We'll do it live on KuCoin. You say KuCoin? Yep. I don't look like on Tether. I'm seeing. I see Coin. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's top one. Wow. Okay, Madag coin. Looks dragon. It's kind of a dragon. Hey, Anonymous, thanks so much for the merchandise. Thank you for, yeah, that's incredible mug. I love that mug. I love that logo with the bar chart with a link to a past Mitch Ray. So good. Love it. Thank you, dude, for the support. So DAG Constellation coin. been correcting, right? Since it peaked out in December with everything else. It made a lower low. It's now made kind of a lower high, same high candle closes. It is a lower low below the 200 moving average. So your momentum's not really there. You don't really have good momentum. Momentum has not shifted into the hands of the buyers definitively via technicals. It just hasn't, right? Your lowest low, then your lowest high. This is where you would hope we could start seeing evidence of maybe momentum shifting. If we could see a test of 3.4 to 3.6 cents and they could hold it, and we put in a higher low finally, then we might be onto something. They made it's like an 886 Gartley, right? You got the M shape. Dang, dude, it's like perfect. And then the 886 finally hit. Or you could say it was a 78% retrace, and you're just putting in a type 2 return, like harmonic optimum price. You don't have to. Yeah, so it's interesting because maybe harmonic is completed and now it's being confirmed as completed. But I still think even if it's a type 2 return, you would want to see them test this level successfully, positive price action correlation, and then rally, and then maybe a signature, like a candle that would signify a reverse, like engulfing, or an action candle. That's kind of where you're at, I guess, on DAG. To lose that, though, not as great, man. So it's just all about your interpretation. We think it's a Gartley or it's a 886 Gartley, 786, 886. If that looks great, but I don't think type 1 maybe, but I don't know. I think Scott Carney would say it's probably not even a type 1. But if you have an M shape completed like this, they have hit the 886, which is beautiful. Let's see a back test and it be successful, and it could be actionable. So maybe let's come back to this in a few days and see how the price action correlates here to this mega 3.4 to 3.6 cent level. Okay, it's very interesting. I mean, that DAG, not bad here. Actually, not too bad. Okay, you really want like this to be the end all be all, higher lows. You want it because you've just put in this low and this low. These are both higher than this low. This low was lower than this low from 2023. So if they can really start putting in some confirmation lows here, some favorable price action to levels, locally confirming bottoms with higher lows, then I think that's just like a good argument for potentially seeing the top of the range again. Okay, so you're working on something that could be really good here on DAG coin. Actually, pretty cool. So good request, man. Good request. A Bitcoin 117, 8 plus, 6 minutes till your daily close. If you're enjoying the stream, the like button, the bell, sub, thanks for being here. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you, Jonathan. Benny says, so many top people sold. He thinks a pullback is in the cards. Did I watch? No, I didn't see the video. Dude, again, it's very speculative when you say a pullback's coming or whatever. I think it's more coin flip. On Bitcoin, it is. I'm not acting like I know if there's enough demand to keep it propped up. I think you have a good argument on both sides. It looks like a freaking bull flag almost, doesn't it? But someone will be like, dude, it's a Bart Simpson. Yeah, that's true. Well, dude, I mean, look at the unfilled gap on Bitcoin Future. It's just right there, just sitting there at 113.8 to 114. There it is. Just like there it was, 103.3 chat, unfilled. There it is, 96.6, unfilled. 91.6. Unfilled still today. So all the assumers of the gap fills, my God, there are 4 unfilled gaps right now via candle close, candle close, candle close, candle close, candle close. 4 of them. But no. 2+ weeks, no. So that's the argument on the downside. We're going to go fill that gap, maybe back test 112, and then pivot and rally later. But at the same time, if you look at the 4 hour, you can see on Bitcoin, well, the level that they manufactured is still holding. So it's crazy. So it's like I cannot assume that I know that they're going to take this out when they're like successfully defending it as I'm speaking to you. With the macro is so insane on the equities market, I'm wondering like if that will correlate with positivity on Bitcoin. So it's a really tough thing. And this is like, again, you come here, we do market analysis, we talk about what happened on these assets, right? But really under the hood of this stream, like we're the same framework over and over and over again. Oh, confirmation lows at key levels with maybe already established up trends before. So good trends, confirmation lows, good structures correlating at key levels.
CME gaps now support.
Well, it has not even been regarded as support ever. CME gaps now support. No, CME gaps are now to be unfilled until the next major correction. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Count 4 of them unfilled. So why would this one fill? That's where if it lands on the wrong side of the coin, that's where you go. That's your target. So again, I was talking about the stream. Its intent is to provide you with the education, the tools to be able to construct your own trading plan where you have maximum upside potential, right? Strategic stop losses below key levels. Why would you want to own it below those key levels? Strategic entries, right? I mean, that's why I'm here. And even with that, like we still don't act like we know where the asset's going. There's no ego, okay? There are no calls. Like, hi, dude, my prediction is this. What is your prediction? I don't do those. I'm just trying to apply a framework. Just trying to teach, educate about the composite operator, Thomas Bulkowski, Wells Wilder, Scott Carney, right? Mark Douglas especially. It's just it's a navigation tool of these financial markets using charts, okay? And maybe there are better ones out there, but so far from what I've learned, this is as good as it gets. You have you can give yourself a marginal edge rarely. And when you don't have that marginal edge, that weighted coin flip chance, then it's like this. People are saying it could go lower. I could see that argument. I could also see the argument where they hold this level and we rally, and it's crazy. We go back to all-time highs. Yeah, you think like, look at the 4 hour structure. It's like, here's a high. Okay, forget this. This is like the buying climax, whatever. It's like this high, a lower high, and then a lower high. You can clearly see there is definitely distribution right here. So someone could be like, that is a 3 falling peaks. Someone's offloading quietly for a small markdown to, again, 112 to 114. Not a big deal. Doesn't do anything. But you cannot say it's confirmed as an idea until they're at least breaking 116.6, and they're not doing that. So like, what do you want from me? Like, I'm just telling you how it is. So in the end, none of it matters. I hope you understand that. Like, why is Bitcoin's ticker right here? Sorry, I didn't mean to hit my mic. Why is the ticker here? Why do we always have Bitcoin's chart up, even when it's doing nothing? Because of what it is. It's one of the greatest inventions humans have ever come up with. And like, price is not relevant to Bitcoin. As I'm saying that, yesterday, what happened between yesterday and today? Oh, look, Michael Saylor just acquired another $2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. He owns almost 3% of all the circulating supply, and you have all these clones. These people just keep buying and buying and buying. So Jesus chimes, the daily candle has closed in crypto. It was an indecision candle, another nothing burger, and Chop City. Neutral as F, with a hint of bullishness because the trend is so good. You're at all-time highs. The fact that keeping it propped up like this after hitting all-time highs with such notable or just such obvious support resistance below you that could be tested as support, and they're not letting it happen, is very interesting. That's very strong, actually. It is just, you are not far removed from a 114 gap fill and a 112 back test from May 21st sold all-time high. You're just not far, and they're not letting it happen. That's pretty strong, man. That's pretty awesome. So Plan B is going to have his opinion on the short-term pullback, but in the end, it doesn't matter. Whether that's why you have, like, oh, look, you've got a vault, you've got some cold storage, you got some Bitcoin. You don't care. You don't care. That thing's long-term. It's for your grandkids. It's for your legacy. And then you've got a trading account where we're looking for setups. Okay, Solana, let's see. Well, there's a bullish back test here. Sellers are rejected. Critical thinking. Okay, stop loss below the wick. All right, here's your first 2 targets. Well, then okay, let's take some profit there, and it pulls back. Oh, man. Well, at least you took some profit. And it might go all the way back down to the entry, 162. And maybe they might pivot and hold it, and you put in another higher low, and then you run later back to 191, 198, then 216, then all-time highs later in the year. So it's about like trading, and then there's like long-term holding and conviction. Like a conviction on Bitcoin, conviction on Nvidia, conviction on Google, right? I mean, long-term holds to the bad and the good, whatever. Anyway, so we've been live now about an hour. We only had 3 requests today, so, you know, typical stuff when Bitcoin's just chopping like this. Look at AMD launching, breaking out of the channel. Highest daily candle close confirmed since, I think, we'll be certain, highest daily candle close since July 12th of last year. So 52-week highs on AMD, and approaching a big resistance, 184.67, with earnings on deck. Earnings next week. This run leading up to earnings is crazy, man. But what a recovery, right? After that long-extended downtrend that began March of last year, concluded in April. Dude, a 1+ year downtrend like that. And now it's we're back. Yeah, these semiconductors melting up, dude. Semiconductors are definitely the story. Look at this, SMCI. This was the one that had probably the best structural development of all the semis. And you're up against, nearing a resistance, which is like down here. Target it would be $63 to $67. And if you can break it, my God, you're just going to go in another universe to $97. That's like your target above $67. But there you go. Look at this. Earnings on deck next week. So it's like, is all of a sudden something going to change where they're melting these things up leading into earnings, and then they just dump it down 10% or whatever? It'd still probably be good, even down that much on earnings. They pivot, make a higher low, and you run again later. Yeah, these semiconductors are on fire. And the SOX, great for a retirement account. The SOX, dude. Just look what they've done, right? What a V shape, and then this resistance, going back to 2024. They're just holding it as support right now. So this is up after hours too, but you'd think, oh, given enough time above 240, 266 all-time highs maybe. But yeah, you can just go to these, and like Marvel, my God, they gapped it up like crazy. It's up 7%. And I don't even know. There must have been a news-driven catalyst. Marvel's technology stock jumped over 9% after a positive report from Fubon, boosting investor confidence in its ties with Microsoft, despite a 30% decline this year. So really nice channel. Hit the 200-day simple moving average for the first time since early March. They'll probably fill that gap, to be real. And maybe $76 to $78 might be a good level to try to manage risk, right? They pull it back, and yeah, because you don't have to worry about earnings until August, late August. So something like this could be a spec. They fill the gap. They hit the bottom of this nice channel. They also back test the key resistance support from 2024. That could be an X marks the spot to add. You know, no grown man's out there watching. Maybe he's watching today. Dude, it's Fubon. Fubon's gonna, you know, they're the behemoths of the investor world. Come on, Fubon. So good day for this. Was the best. This one had the best day. SMCI was second best. Then you had Micron. My God, dude, look at Micron. What's happening? How they are. The old, my God, resistance, and they were failing to see the resistance again. And it was like, oh, this looks like it's going to mark. It did mark down that classic distribution below the 200 moving average, but then the V shape. And now what was once always resistance is flipping to support, and you're starting to separate as of today, up 2.4%. So you don't have to worry about earnings on Micron until late September. So your target is pretty easy, like to know it's 130 here. If they hold it above 109, give it enough time on Micron from where it is right now, you still have a good 13% upside. So really nice. What a recovery, man. They turned everything around. Broadcom, man, forget about it. 110, just kidding. It is now up 120% in 114 days. Unstoppable. Earnings, you don't have to worry about it till late August. I can't remember what 322. Hold on. So high point to low point Fibonacci. We're at a 1414 today, and the 1618 takes you to 327. So I think there was a split or something. I don't know. That's why these are here. Yeah. So running away, man. Same type of channel probably as NVIDIA. This is an NVIDIA Junior equivalence. Yeah. Poor Intel. After its earnings, we're in different universes, dude, right? Between NVIDIA, AMD, and Broadcom, and Micron, and Marvel. And we are at Intel. Maybe they're accumulating here, but if you get data that's not great, Composite Man's like, I'll still accumulate, but it's not time to mark up yet. So this thing's just sitting in the gutter with an unfilled gap after a bad earnings report in the bearish control zone on the RSI. Maybe going for a test to $19 again, $18.93. It's brutal, man, watching the market do what it's doing and you're just in the gutter. Imagine working for Intel. I got stock options. Like, okay, dude. Enjoy. Everyone at NVIDIA is a millionaire now, right? Okay, so great close on Bitcoin. Held the level. My God, Rocket Labs is nuts. Unstoppable. It was pulling back inside. It's almost like bull flagging. Rocket Labs, dude. Unreal. EA, we got to look at this one. This is. It was earnings. They had a good earnings report, top to bottom beat. But it's not, forget earnings. It's not about that. It is about where we are. Okay, think about this swing high from July of 2018. Talking, 7 years ago? 7 years. Same price. But something's happening that has never happened in the history of Electronic Arts Incorporated. Okay, that level's always been resistance until this year, where they have recaptured it with arguably the highest low in the history of EA in late May. Recaptured that key level, reconfirmed it as support not once but twice. Just yesterday, it was yesterday. So this level is flipping to support. Again, this is 7 years ago, man. A 7-year above the 200 moving average. This seems like this is it. Time for price discovery. If what we are identifying is real and catches follow through, it will be price discovery. It will be finally time after how many days is this? After 2,568 days, it is finally time for EA. So it's like, hey man, maybe I want to dip my toes in something. Well, it looks like kind of something that someone could own and like just forget about, and it's probably going way higher. Incredible. EA Games. And hopefully with this price action correlation that we've never seen before at this level, it would be EA. It's in the gains, right? EA Gains, not EA Games. very interesting here. I guess stop loss below like 146 or something. Because, yeah, I mean, it's still probably going to be fine even if you get stopped out. But the whole point of the whole argument for the long on EA would be like, oh, this price action correlation to this level is now support, and the highest lows in EA history here and now here. You have two of the highest lows ever seen. These are the two highest lows ever in EA, on EA, and you're just playing that. You're saying, all right, that's how I'm gonna take my shot. And it's price discovery. I mean, minimum 167, 168 all-time highs, but I would think you'd be targeting for price discovery where you'd be looking at like 182, 190, and then $200 is your golden mean ratio. There you go. I mean, that's EA. Etsy hit an all-time high today. Oh, no, it did not. What, Etsy? Who said that? What? No, Etsy did not see an all. Etsy saw, what was it, a 52-week high? Yeah, it was a 52-week high. Highest level since April of 2024. So, yeah, like 53, 54. No. 14, 15-month highs. So, off of the butterfly, nice reaction, but it's not a type 2, it's type 1 reaction, still reacting. But I don't know if the momentum's not good enough, right? You don't have enough momentum on this one to really be that excited. I mean, you get a higher low and a higher high slightly, but they could take this thing back down to like 43 for a type 2 return. There are better ones, but yeah, this one, I don't know, someone fake news and said that. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what I'm thinking. It was 52-week highs. Then you had some others that did okay. Oh, let's look at American Eagle, because this is something we didn't talk about. Okay, this is something where you're like it's like Under Armour, man. This one's kind of crazy where it's like it's a type 2 return on the weekly or the monthly. Dude. Oh, wow, it's been a long time since we looked at this. Holy crap. The same place where a Gartley played out 2011. Wow. You're now at the same level where the reversals occurred. Same reversal in 2014, 2017, spring back test 2020, same swing low like right here in 2023. There, it reminds me a little bit about something that is very cyclical. It reminds me of international paper a little bit, where you're like looking, you're at the basement, you're at the cycle lows, where every time since 2011, this has been the bottom. Even if they extend it a little bit for a little time, whole world economy shuts down in 2020, they still recaptured, and then they gave you that confirmation low in July 2020 before the markup, the back test of spring. So you're down here, same place, and you wonder if it's 1 and 2 here, or you're wondering if it's like this is the alternate bat, I guess, an alt bat or something. Not really an M shape, I don't think. Yeah, it's not. Oh, it is an M shape. You anchor this way. Sorry, it'd be like X and A and B, yeah, and then C and then D. Yeah, perfect. That's a perfect bat. And this is like, think about the monthly. This is it. This is the type 2 return on the monthly. Dang, all these levels, man. Not visible on the monthly. Okay. So it's like the M shape is there. And then it just is almost like this is type 1. And now this is type 2. I bet Scott Carney would be like, yep, that's it. This is pretty much an engulfing candle that will be confirmed on the monthly in less than 1 day. So it's like a signal candle at the bottom. I mean, I'm not saying that it's gonna reverse, but you can clearly see, you don't need me to say this is where it's gonna reverse, because historically this is exactly where it always reverses. Look at the volume. The highest volume we've seen on American Eagle since 2001. So we're talking 24-year highs on volume on a potential type 2 return. G-Dog, you seeing this? If he's here, you seeing this dude on the monthly? This is crazy. Okay, I'll just like put a little bit, 1% of my portfolio or 0.5% or whatever in American Eagle here on the monthly and forget about it. Have a limit sell order maybe at like $22 or something, or maybe 25. But that, isn't this crazy? And there you go with the low, the same low. You got bullish divergence pretty much on both oscillators. It's kind of insane. Earnings August 28th. So, wow, man. Anyone else intrigued by this? Like resistance, support. Kind of crazy, dude. Easy monthly trade setup. Just stop loss below 933 and let it ride. Double up. We love Sydney Sweeney. We love her. We would go to war for Sydney Sweeney, but instead we'll just long American Eagles with a bullish bat type 2 return with divergence with extremely high volume with a bullish engulfing candle about to be confirmed. You got the variables. You have a multitude of variables. Okay. Weekly, monthly, daily, all looks good. That's it. Okay, well, it's just one of those streams, man. It's going to be how it is. So, Bitcoin, look, man, they still holding it. Let's pump this thing ages away. Let's hold it and let's run. Everyone thought I was over for Bitcoin, but they defended, and they confirmed that they defended. So let's push it to 123 now and just act like a technology stock. Let's go leapfrog Google again. Oh, what's up, Gills?
Can we look at dollar Mr?
Yeah, MicroStrategy. Been taking on the chin a little bit since its peak. Yep. Well, unfortunately, I mean, they could come down and make a higher low, but thank you, dude. The weekly is. Oof. So what do they really do on the weekly? They kind of tested that, highest closes or highest open, and then we reversed, and now you're just sitting there looking at like a high, then a higher high on price. I mean, you got weekly bearish divergence on the histogram here. RSI also bearish divergence, a high, then a higher high on price, lower levels on the RSI. That's diverging. That's 3 black crows going to be confirmed in 1 day, 20 hours. It's kind of like a bearish dragon too, where bearish divergence on the 3-day. And I'm just talking about, what do you mean dragon? Like, here's your dragon spine. And I'll just flip it. So like people that are confused, like make it, oh yeah, because typically I'm typically looking at bullish dragons, not bearish dragons. And this would be a bearish dragon, right? Where you got the variables, the X, A, B, C point. You got the dragon spine. They broke the dragon spine. So it's like a dragon's kind of confirmed now. You've got the test of a key level on the second foot. You've got the divergence along with that swing low. And it's just like a predictable pattern. And that's kind of what you got going on by the looks of it. So retrace wise, low to high, I think 340 would be a good candidate area. 344, and things get bad. 317, 618. That's it. Really no big deal until they break 360. Because what they could do is, like, if Bitcoin actually is gonna pump to all-time highs in August, whatever, they could take it down. We could put in a higher low and then just run again. So that is always possible. You cannot, like, right, the bad action magnet move, the BAMM, is that B point getting broken, and you're not even really close yet. So they'd have to test that, then break it for your probability to increase for way lower. But yeah, it's not great, right? There is a sign of buyer exhaustion on significant time scales. You got the predictable patterns. You've got a failed test of a level. So it's not great in terms of wanting to take a long, right? It's not got a good setup. They just tested 404. Look, it's not an opinion either. You see the swing high gills from January 2021 or 2020, January 21st, 2025. Okay, beginning of the year. There's that swing high and reversal. Okay, what did they do? Well, they broke it yesterday, confirmed. And then today, what did they do? They back tested it as resistance, and then that's it. That's not great either. That's not good price
Bird
action.
feeder tipped $25. Chart of Sydney Sweeney Plaza NEM shapes on the denim. Cotton futures, of course.
Bird Feeder, thanks so much. Well, we just looked at the Sydney Sweeney chart, right? But we'll look at cotton futures for sure. That has been in this long stinted downtrend, like soybeans. But maybe we're on the upswing now. We'll look at cotton futures right after this. So until you recapture 400, the data is presenting itself as not great. I mean, if there's follow through on the bearish back test, you're looking for a target of at least 360 here. So I hope not, man. I hope it's just pump this thing now, but I don't really see it great for a long right now in terms of technicals. Right? There's good times, there's bad times. It's not great coming off of your second high and then some divergence. Anyway, thanks, dude. Bueller. Let's go to cotton futures. Where's my cotton, dude? Look at a certain one. Let's see. Look at my commodities list. Oh yeah, it's CT. Yep, my cotton. Yeah, not great, man. Not great. This is not any better with what's going on here. You just put in your lowest lows. You're now putting in your lowest highs. You're confirming your lowest highs. You fell back below the 200-day simple moving average. Nothing too great here, man. Let's see your 50. And they're trying. Oh, we're gonna go golden cross soon. Maybe. Still think momentum's still too much in the hands of the sellers right here. So yeah, they did hold $65, which goes back to. Dang, man, gotta go back. I don't know. There's a lot. We gotta go like the weekly or something on cotton to see it all, or maybe more. Yikes, dude. You're at a midpoint, so you're not at a strategic level by any means. In fact, the most recent thing was the worst thing you could ever dream of. Sorry, I'm just adjusting this. Kind of a midpoint where we've seen, it hold here before, but that's what I mean by like it's not great. Like what they do. Oh, okay, you had the cycle went and then it ended, and then you fell back into this mega range, and then they back tested what was once resistance as resistance, and now you're selling off. You've been selling off, and now you're at maybe a level where they supports in, but I don't think there's like a high probability outcome or anything. It still looks pretty terrible on the weekly. Below $65 is way lower. So eventually this thing will probably see $36 again, $30, as it always has. The years have passed. Okay. My music, I can't even, what's going on? Oh, okay, so music's playing, but it's not. Nice. Well, that's weird. Okay, well, I guess my music's broken now, but what are we going to do? Yeah, thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate it today. It's just business, man. Business stream. Dude, look at the weekly. What do you care about, dude? 3-bar play is still valid. It's not even dead yet. It's just you're just sitting sideways. So the 3-bar play could very well play out. We could be at 130 in the coming month. So I wouldn't give up on Bitcoin yet. You just can't. You can't give up on it. All right, well, I appreciate y'all coming out. Thanks for likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Bird Feeder, thank you so much for the $100+ on the day. Gills, Jonathan, Anonymous. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that's y'all. Okay, well, thank y'all for coming out. Oh my God, that's what happened. Jeez, sorry about that. What the? Anyway,
Thank you for streaming.
the Infinite Paradox, thanks so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you, man, for coming out and watching. Man, I think the American Eagle chart on the monthly is it, and the composite operator has come in and he said, go ahead and queue up Sydney Sweeney with controversial, or some people are melting down about the controversy on it. Okay, well, everyone's pissed. Woke is dead. Send it. That was the catalyst and the volume we needed. One woman who we would all go to war for. So I'll be back till next time. Respect the TA.
Thank you for streaming.